Hey guys, what's up? This is Shivadi from eGadgets for you, and I have been extensively using the iPhone 16 Pro Max for the past 3 weeks or so, and I guess it's time for a review. I have heard a lot of criticism in YouTube regarding the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but most of those particular videos has been beating around the bush on the fact that they're comparing it with 15 Pro Max. Now, as for me, being a user who last used an iPhone 13 Pro and have not used an iPhone for the past 1.5 years or so, and one who has bought this particular iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is hard-earned money because it cost a damn lot. So what is my perspective or my take on this particular handset? So let's find it out in this particular video. Okay, the first and the foremost thing that we need to start with is the design. Now, designs are subjective because it varies with the likings of person to person. As for me personally, this desert titanium, which I can actually say it's a gold color, yes, this is a very refreshing color for me, as because this particular gold is not oversaturated and it's not so dull also. So yeah, that does looks good. Now, once you flip the phone, which is the most important part of any phone whatsoever, is a display. And this particular iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 6.9-inch screen display. And now the thing is that, yeah, previously the Pro Max used to come in 6.7-inch and it's a 6.9-inch. So I was a lot skeptical, but when I unboxed it for the very first time and I held it on my hand, I was amazed to see this particular phone, which was heavy, but not so heavy as much as heavy that I have thought it would have been. But yes, it does weight around 244 grams, as you can see in this particular screen. And with this particular cover, and now I cannot give you the link of this particular cover, the buying link as such, because I have actually purchased this from a footpath. There are certain places in every cities in India where those particular places are called the tech hub, and yeah, it's Chandni Chowk in Kolkata, and I purchased this from a street for only 350 rupees. It's damn cheap. It's, yeah, a lot of bargaining goes on. Anyways, I'm going off topic. For the iPhone 16 Pro Max, the display, it has a 2000 nits brightness, which they have not changed from the 15 Pro Max series as well. But why will they change? It gets your job done. As you can see in the very bright sunlight, the screen does get bright enough to see clearly and also use your phone without any hiccups or any issues whatsoever. The display, and yes, it has a thinnest bezel that you can find in an iPhone for sure. The Pro series iPhone of the 16 lineups actually has a way thinner bezels than the 16 and the 16 Plus as well. And does it actually affect anything? I don't think so, but yeah, it does give you a feeling that you're using a premium handset where they have actually laid emphasis on the display as well. Viewing angles are awesome. Content, if you want to view contents through the OTT platforms in your iPhone 16 Pro Max, oh my god, it's simply amazing. The 6.9-inch screen, the color accuracy, the viewing angles, each and everything are so perfect. And yes, this particular iPhone 16 Pro Max also supports the HDR content as well. So yeah, no issues whatsoever in that particular aspect. And apart from that, the sound, which is also a very primary factor of the iPhone 16's, also as to say any phone that you use. Yes, the sound quality of this iPhone 16 Pro Max is way loud, it's way deep, it has a depth, and also the bass effect of this particular iPhone for content consumptions whatsoever, it's very good. Although I have not used the 15 series whatsoever, but there were some complaints regarding the network connections, the 5G modem connections, connectivity problems, call dropping problems, but nothing is actually visible or is present in the iPhone 16 Pro Max whatsoever, because in my home where I have used that iPhone 13 Pro also, and when I used to go in a corner room, that is my bedroom over here, which is a little bit far from the modem that I have actually used in my office setup over here in this particular room, there was used to be some connection problems on iPhone 13 Pro as far as I remember. But my Samsung Galaxy S23 FE that I have used for the past 1 year, it didn't have any such problem, and it followed suit with iPhone 16 Pro Max also. There is no problem in connectivity. Not only in my corner room, in my living room, also I live in the third floor in this particular building, and when I'm actually in the ground floor or also outside my building also, I get the internet connections, which I did not used to get in my iPhone 13 Pro. I distinctly remember that. The immersiveness of the iPhone 16 Pro Max is quite evident to any task that you throw at this particular handset. I am not one who will actually bore you with the Geekmark bench scores and stuff like that, because end of the day, scores, I don't think they do justice. What does justice is that if you are into heavy usage in your iPhones, like for example, you have to reply to mails, you have to reply to WhatsApp chats, you have to talk to your clients, you have to sign agreements, read through the agreement papers, read through flow charts of coding. There are some coding development, coding involvements that you have to be part of, or else you have to test any particular apps in your iPhones and as well. These are all the works that I do, because I also own an app development and website development company, Easy Solutions for You.in. And yes, each and every task that I do, I'm a heavy user in that aspect, you can say. And each and every task that I have done with this iPhone 16 Pro Max, it came out wonderful. Yes, there is no Apple Intelligence yet. That one thing I am really mad about, because even in my S23 FE that I have used, there was AI. And yes, being a developer, I am into AI. I have used it for a number of things, a number of occasions, be it editing a photo for content creations or something, anything whatsoever. I have actually used AI, ChatGPT for example, but they have given the promise that it will come to iPhone 16 Pro Max, but being in India, I'm not sure whether it will come this year. I guess so. My finest guess is that it will come in the January of 2025, maybe. We have to wait and see. Anyways, so yeah, coming back to the performance of iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's simply amazing. Gaming is something which I don't game, but my son does. And yes, he has gamed. Actually, he played Asphalt 10 or Ultra, I must say, and also Call of Duty in this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And yes, I have seen him play for a stretch of 30 to 35, 40 minutes. It gets warm, but it did not heat up as much as I have thought it would have been. It does not heat up. And yeah, thanks to that vapor chamber, the aluminum sheets that they have used in the 16 series lineup as well, the heat dissipation is very good. And yes, it does helps in battery life as well. Gaming perspective, it enters a dedicated gaming mode when you open and game, and performance is top notch. And yes, since I have mentioned battery, it is high time that I should mention battery. Battery was also an issue with the iPhone 14 Pro series and the 15 Pro series, as far as I have heard in the communities and the videos, and actually people who have used it. I know people who have used it. I am happy to report 16 Pro Max is an amazing phone with a great battery life. Mind you, I cannot tell you, I have actually set this particular phone to charge at 85% only, and I intend to use this particular phone for a period of 5 years or so down the line whatsoever, God forbid. And yes, battery life, so to preserve battery life, I've actually set it to 85% charging with optimized charging enabled as well. And yes, with 85% charging, if I had heavy usage on any particular day, this particular phone used to last me close to 2 working days. 2 days, I must say. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm actually used to say working days for my other profession, but yeah, it's it used to last for 2 days. And if I was on light usage, even in 85% cap on battery charge in this iPhone 16 Pro Max, it has actually lasted me more than 2 days. There was only one instance when I had charged it to 100%, and yes, it lasted for close to 3 days for me, although at that point of time I was not heavily using my 16 Pro Max, so I may actually curtail that. You may actually curtail that particular scenarios, but whatsoever, if you're a heavy user with heavy gaming usages on your phones, on your iPhone 16 Pro Max, one day it's not a challenge for it, I must say. If you do heavy video shoots or camera photos and stuff like that, yes, it will drain the battery. It will get a little bit warm on heavy extensive video shoots and all. But then also the battery withhold capacity is absolutely amazing with the 16 Pro Max. And Yeah, coming to the charging point of 16 Pro Max, there are a lot of sayings that 45 watts support, 45 watt support. I don't have that kit to measure that how much watt it's actually charging with, but yes, I have that Apple 30 watt charger. I have actually purchased a 30 watt charger, and yes, with that particular, it does support a bit of fast charging, I must say, as per iPhone standards, because yeah, Android they are far ahead of iPhone in this particular aspects. And yes, that particular 30 watt charger is actually will charge your iPhone 16 Pro Max to 50% in roundabout about 20 minutes or so on charging. Yeah, so that particular aspect is that, but after 50% or to 60%, I have seen that yet yes, the charging speed drops, which is actually very good. It's a very good habit to preserve your battery health and stuffs like that. Only in the long run we will see what happens to the battery health. And now let's talk about the camera. The primary reason about 80 to 90% of the people buy the iPhone 16s, I mean to say any iPhones, is the camera. So is it a hit? Is it a miss? Let's start with the camera button. Yeah, it's a button. Come on, get over it. It's a button. If I am shooting in the horizontal position over here, the camera button does comes in handy. And yes, I primarily use this particular button to switch on the camera and nothing else whatsoever as of yet. But hear me out. When I am shooting in the horizontal mode, zooming in and out is very easy, and by now I have actually got accustomed to how to use this particular button with the touch sensitivity and everything stuff like that. It used to be a miss for me at the beginning, but now I can confidently use this particular button. But do I use it often? No, I don't. But yes, I do use this particular button to switch on the camera for sure, and I don't have the camera app on the home screen at all because I use only this particular button. And now if I'm taking a portrait or I'm shooting in the vertical position, this is an absolute disaster. You can only use it to switch on the camera, and believe me, post that, this particular button has no function, because it's, especially for the Pro Max, it is in a weird position, and to use it and then to take the frame, the perfect shot, it's difficult. Better not use it. I think there are some serious thinking about this particular camera button that Apple has thought over in due course of time. In the years to come, they will do some software implementations, and I do believe that they will actually use this particular button for something else along with the camera as well. Let's wait and see. But now coming to the pictures, this is very interesting. Let's start with the ultra wide camera pictures. As is evident in this particular image over here, as you can see, it does capture a lot of depth. I mean to say, a lot of wide view is easily visible, and just from that, if I switch to the main wide camera, then also you will see a lot of elements are being captured over here. And moving on with the 2x zoom, the 5x zoom, you see the things are actually clear. Similarly, in this particular image also, if you see, this is the ultra wide, and then I'm moving to the wide camera, then the 2x and the 5x. And now my opinion on this particular thing is that if you watch it minutely, especially if you watch it while shooting, or you switch your phone to the ultra wide camera mode also, you will see there is a slight reduction in the saturation levels, a slight reduction in the brightness levels in the ultra wide camera compared to that of the wide camera, which it shouldn't have been the case, because this year the ultra wide has been upgraded to the 48 megapixel sensors as well. So I think it's a bit of a miss over there. But then again, the photos that comes with ultra wide are absolutely amazing. Not only with the ultra wide, even with the main camera, even in challenging light scenarios. If you see in this particular images also, in challenging lighting conditions, yes, it does takes a lot, brings out a lot of detail in the photos. And yes, obviously, if there is heavy sunlight, I mean to say good source of light and good sunlight over there, it will do wonders. But here is a big contradiction. Now hear me out. Actually, I have asked this my wife and her friends also, and other people who are very active in the social media platforms in posting pictures and all. Every people who are quite active with photos and videos in social media are of the opinion that they want saturated photos. They want colorful, more vibrant, more saturated photos. This is something the iPhone will not done naturally to you. Yes, but I love it. It's my opinion, I love the natural color production levels of the iPhone 16s or any iPhone cameras whatsoever. The natural production that it does, the vibrancy that it emits out, and the saturation levels, the color reproduction levels, each and everything are so beautiful in the pictures of especially in this iPhone 16 Pro Max as well. Having said that, once you take this beautiful shots with your iPhone 16 Pro Max, there are ample options to edit those photos as well. And yes, editing is good in iPhone 16 Pro Max. So if you want the oversaturated, if you want the over vibrancy mode photos and stuff like that, there are a lot of editing tools also that you can use it to use that particular picture for your social media platforms as well. So no issues whatsoever in that department. Now let's move to the selfie. Starting from the iPhone 12, I don't think there has been any upgrade in the front camera, in the selfie camera of the iPhones. And it's same with the iPhone 16 Pro Max as well. It's good when there is good source of light. Even in the portrait shots, if you actually want to focus on one particular person, where there are multiple people, here you can see me and my son over there. One time I have actually focused on my son, and the other time I have focused on myself also. It does the job done in that department as well, with the portrait modes with the selfie cameras also. And even the selfie shots in good source of light, they come out good. They come out good, yeah. And then again, I told you that you can actually edit it also. But apart from that, in challenging light scenarios, in low light, so a low source of light, the selfies does not come out good. Next on, let's move on to the videos. Now here, I guess no one can beat iPhone. Video is a king. iPhone is a king with videos, man. Just check out this particular wonderful shots that I've taken in the iPhone 16 Pro Max using the back cameras as well, back cameras of video. Even if I switch between the lenses while shooting also to the ultra wide, the wides, the zooms and stuff, so that video is wonderful. Color production levels, each and every color accuracy, whatever it is, it's very good. It's not oversaturated, it's actually natural, it's very good quality videos. If you intend to use this particular iPhone 16 Pro Max for your vlogging purposes and all, it will do wonders for you. Trust me on that. Videos are king. It's awesome. And now a video with a front facing camera. Yes, all the way cameras are actually well equipped to shoot at 4K at 30-60 frames per second. Although the back camera can shoot at 4K 120, I have not used it as much, because you can actually slow down the frame rates over there to drastically very low, and that does comes out good. I have checked some of the videos in other channels also, that does comes out good. But in my normal day-to-day scenarios, I have not used it. I have not yet found any occasion to use it, so I'm being brutally honest about that, because it's a common man's perspective, as I can tell you. So yeah, check out this footage in the front camera video of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Yeah, so guys, this is a video recording with the front camera of 16 Pro Max, iPhone 16 Pro Max to be specifically. And yeah, the thing is that obviously with video it's a king, even with the front facing camera, which has not seen any changes for 3 years down the line, I must say. But yeah, still it's a king with the front camera as well. As you can see, it's quite evident in this particular video also. I'm just walking through the video and just talking with you, and yeah, the output is really great. And if I like hold it like this also and do this particular zoom also to get you an idea of it, you will see that yeah, it does the job done. And yes, for your social media posts, for your vlogging and stuff like that, with the front camera of 16 Pro Max, it will do a great job for sure. Now let's move into some of the negative aspects of the iPhone 16 Pro Max that I have personally found out. It's heavy. Yeah, to start with, it's not that heavy. The look and feel, you get the impression that it will be super heavy, but it's not so. But still, it's heavy. If you are someone who actually has long conversations with your phone like this, trust me, holding this particular thing in your one hand and having long conversations, it's not convenient. Use your AirPods. That's just cool. And yes, the next negative thing that I must say about the 16 Pro Max, I am actually lucky. The moment I unboxed this particular phone, I got to use the iOS version 18.0.1, which is good, which actually solved my major issues that were there in, like there were some touch sensitivity issues, scrolling issues and stuff like that, which yeah, drastically it has been improved. It has been corrected, but yes, in certain scenarios, especially if you see in this particular clip also in the Instagram or even in the Facebook, when I have to do quick scrolling, it does tends to get, I don't know, a little bit laggy sometimes. It's not always the case, but yeah, it does gets laggy. And in certain scenarios, I cannot reproduce this while filming also. In certain scenarios I have seen small lagging is there. Sometimes it happens, but then also it again never happens. But yeah, that small glitches here and there are there, which I am sure it will be be super shaped up or tidied in the future software updates as well. So yeah, but till now that particular issues are there. And talking about Apple Intelligence, this is the biggest negative aspect, I must say, of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. There is no Apple Intelligence, and if you're in India, like I'm in India, I guess I have to wait till the earliest 2025, which is absolutely a big break, like a deal breaker for me. Yeah, lastly, you can see, like I've said in the entire video also, it's very expensive. Protect your phone, man, with a beautiful screen protector that I've used, a Rinke glass. The buying link is in the description, and this particular cover, as I've said, I cannot provide the link in the description, but if you can find something like that, protect it, man. It's very costly. And now finally, who is this iPhone 16 Pro Max for? I don't know. Seriously, it cost a hell lot of money in India. The best variant of 256 GB, it cost 1 lakh for 45,000 over here. Maybe with your cards you would get only 5,000 rupees discount. And as you know, the whole year till the next 17 series come or whatsoever like that, or the big billion day for the next year comes, the price of the iPhone won't change much. So it's a very expensive phone. Buy it only and only if you need it, not for the greed of it. If you have a 13 series, you're well suited. You don't need to change. It's my frank opinion. Save your hard-earned money. Maybe with the 12 series or something prior to that, you definitely need to change, and it's a welcome change with the 16 Pro Max. But then also, the 16 and 16 Plus are better offerings than the Pro series this year, as because there are very little differences between the two, and the basics 16 and 16 Plus also, they will also get the Apple Intelligence. So that is a big dilemma, but to solve the dilemma, as per me, if you ask my frank opinion, the 16 or the 16 Plus for a better battery capacity, or the better battery with health capacity, as you may say, that sounds a better deal than the Pro series this year. But anyways, don't get me wrong, I am not saying it's a bad phone. It's a wonderful phone. Once you use it, you cannot use any other phone. That is my frank opinion of you. But yeah, think hard and buy it, use it only and only if you need it. Even if you have the 13 series, please don't go for the 16 series. It's not worth it at all, as per me. So that's it. That is my frank opinion from a common man's perspective, because end of the day, it's your hard-earned money that you will go and spend and buy this particular thing. And yes, the Apple Watch Series 10, as you can see over here in this particular video. This particular review is also coming soon. Stay subscribed for that. Turn on the notification bell. Share this video with your friends and families. It does help the channel. That will be it, guys, for this particular video. Bye for now.